Hello. Welcome to the show. You're in the Popcorn Kingdom with the Popcorn King. I don't like being called the Popcorn King, really, because you're not like my popcorn subjects or anything. We're all Popcorn Kings in this place. We're all Popcorn Kings living in a popcorn palace, watching popcorn films. So today we are going to be reviewing what I can only assume is an Oscar contender, The Beekeeper, with Jason Statham from Snatch and Josh Hutcherson from The Bridge to Terabithia. Was he in that? Bridge to Terabithia was like advertised to be like a fantasy kids film, but it ended up being an emotional drama about a young boy mourning the death of his best friend. But yeah, anyway, we're talking about The Beekeeper, so let's get serious, guys. So, vengeance has a sting, as the tagline says. It is a film that's trying to do the John Wick. It's trying to be a bit of Taken. It's taking like an older, retired man and forcing him back into the game. I have to say, John Wick does it best. It's incredible what John Wick does, not just in terms of style and action and cinematography, and the story is a bit simple, I guess, in John Wick, but really the main thing about John Wick is the world building, and The Beekeeper, I think, doesn't quite hit the heights of John Wick's world building. The Beekeeper is about this man who has a beehive, and his landlord, I guess, or his friend, his neighbor, she ends up getting scammed by one of those online, click this button, quick, phone them, oh, you need to install this, they take all your money. This old lady gets all her money stolen, she gets scammed, and she decides to commit suicide. I would say spoiler alert, but this is within the first 5 minutes of the film. It can't be a spoiler, right? If it's in the first 5 minutes, it can't be a spoiler. And so he takes it upon himself to kill everyone, basically, that he sees. It's okay. It harkens back to 90s action films. There's not tons of stunts, I would say. It's more of a shoot 'em up. Jason Statham isn't exactly Daniel Day-Lewis in terms of his acting abilities, and he's admitted this himself. But he's great at what he does, which is just look like a head-shaved nutter who you don't want to mess with. And the scammers, I guess, find this out themselves firsthand. They tried to do a bit of world building with this, but it just doesn't, like, I'm not saying John Wick is realistic, but in the logic of John Wick, the things make sense. The Continental, the gold coins, the phoning them up for dinner reservations for 6 and then cleaning up 6 dead bodies. Like, it kind of makes sense within the logic of John Wick. This just feels a little bit weird. There's a beekeeper who works outside of the law to bring balance back into the world. Like, I didn't buy it as much. I enjoyed myself while I was watching it. The premise, it's silly enough for you to... I liken it to meditation. It's a silly enough premise where you can literally empty your mind and be free of distraction, because I guess your mind numbs a bit when you watch films like this, and you sort of, you dribble a bit and you nod along, and I guess you're in some kind of state of unthinking... I wouldn't say bliss, that's too much of a positive word. You're just sort of zombified watching films like this. And that could be refreshing. Like, you come out of the cinema and you go, oh, I guess I'm ready to like live my life again. That was, weird being in that zombie state. I like Jason Statham. I like his films. I get a kick out of them. I like these sort of shitty action films as well. I'm one of those people that I love great films, but I also kind of love shit films as well. Like, I get a kick out of them. And so I would still recommend it. I recommend every film I see, basically. But go and see this if you just want to have your mind and your brain taken out of your head and just left in the corner for a little while, and then you can put it back in later and go live your life.